morning, campers. Good evening, good day, good night, wherever you are. Welcome to Positive Rate. It's our first Saturday stream for a long time. But the benefit, I should say, of that is that I've got 3 people. Hello, how are you? I'm Willie Caduck, and I've got 3 people from the Positive Rate team with me today. I've got Shark Kitty, say hello.
Hello, hello.
I've got Kevin, Mighty Mackerel, how are you?
Good morning, not too bad for you.
And somewhere I've got Nick as well. Nick, how you doing? Nick, long time.
Good, Jay.
Not bad. We've been missing you quite a bit, I think mainly just due to work obligations, hasn't it been?
Yeah, it's close to Christmas, so it's a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, definitely. But we're all here, we're all gonna fly, so we're getting ready for a hot start out of Madrid today. Going to the Rock, going to Gibraltar. Which should be a little bit challenging. You can get some very interesting winds, and we are using live weather today, so anything goes. Flight plan is putting us in for runway 9, I believe, into Gibraltar. So that's kind of between the mainland and the island itself, kind of coming in that way. So I had a little bit of limited time to study the charts, but of course I've rebuilt the machine completely from scratch, brand new Windows 11 installation, because I got a new SSD, guys. I'm no longer scraping the top of the solid drive limit anymore. I'm now sitting here with a fresh 2 terabytes of storage, and I'm not anywhere near filling that up yet, so that's good. It also means I got lots of room for all sorts of different airplanes. By the way, apologies, Kevin, I did not get your livery.
That's fine.
Like I set aside some time to look for this in-a-builds manager, and it got consumed immediately because my daughter called me at last minute and said that the bus that they were meant to take didn't arrive, and I had to go pick them up and bring them back. So yes, Dad Taxi took over. Dad Taxi took over, so I do apologize. Yeah. Beluga's on there. He says, I've got the runway textures mod, and it's made me lag like crazy, only 20 FPS, but I can't be bothered to restart the sim once I remove it. Oh, right, runway textures mod. Which one's that one? So there is one by Rex, which works perfectly. And Beluga says he got FS Realistic as well. I haven't looked at this yet. Does anybody on the team have FS Realistic?
I tried the free trial of FS Realistic. It was pretty interesting. I was actually even considering to purchase it, but I got other expenses lately, so this will have to wait if I get it at all.
Okay. Because what does it actually do for you? Is it give you more realistic audio, camera shake, that kind of thing when you're moving the airplane around? Is that kind of the premise of it?
Yeah, it's that, and also some sounds. You got some custom sounds. Like, so, like, instance, if you touch down, you're gonna hear the sound of the tire greasing, stuff like that. You're gonna hear some shaking on ground rolls.
I was gonna say, if you pull like a Ryanair hard landing, do you hear in the background or something like that? Or?
Yeah, you hear people screaming in the background if you're Ryanair landing. You can also have the thing rate your landings, like it's gonna give you a little comment if you did well or not.
All right, okay.
I found the sound it's kinda hit or miss because they're just generic sounds and you choose the one you want for your plane.
Yeah.
But the camera effects, I really like them. Cool. I found that they even made flying a little more intuitive because the cameras looked more natural than the default cameras of MSFS.
Right.
And it's something that's actually coming off from X-Plane. I didn't know about that when I first tried it out, because there's also XP Realistic that has more features because it's been there for longer. They're trying to make FS Realistic in par with XP Realistic.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was a mouthful, Shark Kitty. That was a very thorough description. Thank you for that. So, it does sound interesting, actually. I must admit. I think hopefully might try it out. Can you do a trial, or is it?
Yes, you got a 1 week free trial.
1 week free trial, right? So maybe I'll try
it would be nice
that out.
if you can do it on stream sometimes, so you can show it off.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Especially for the smaller airplanes, I think, because it sounds like it'd probably give you a bit more to that. I've seen a little bit on YouTube about that. Anyway, I've just kind of did a slow circle over everyone on who's parked much closer to the runway than we are, but I've got Sharkity in the Just Flight Hawk, and here I am. Special red livery, positive rate for the fly-by-wire 320. Now, the question came up in Discord, or privately, I believe, someone was looking for a 737 livery for positive rate. I thought that, this is for a 737-800. Now, I thought that Dark Fury, also known as Peyton Jennings, was working on one neck. Do you know if he actually ended up making one?
No, I'm not. I think he was working on one, but of course there's 3 different variants and it's 3 different liveries, so
yeah,
to accommodate everyone. So I'm not too sure what the.
So I think, yeah, I mean, I arguably we could just do it for the 800, but then a lot of people bought the 700, and quite a few have the 6, so I can understand the problems there. Like, but yeah, anyway, so thanks for the question. I think we more than likely will have at least one of them. I suspect probably the 800 might be the one he's focusing on as well, because that's the most popular 737 flying in the world right now. But yeah, hey, we'll let you know. Thanks for the question. So we're all fully loaded here. I've got, music down a bit. So I've got my departure more or less booked in now. I gotta head up all the way to 36 left, which I'm a bit further away than you guys. So I think my advice would be, let's all get booted up and ready to go here, and we'll all meet at the foot of the runway on 36 left. How's that?
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
What runway are we landing on? So Beluga currently, based on the weather, I believe it's runway 09. Or 09er if you want to get into the proper lingo there. Nice sunny day in Madrid today. We're using live weather, so it's cold, yeah. But that's okay. Cold air is good air. Airplanes love cold air. A lot of people don't know that. The denser the air, the more lift you get, better performance you get on takeoff. In particular, it's a lovely time to fly, especially in small planes. I've done that in the winter in Canada. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I think the steps are away. APU is powering up and just about ready to go. Doors are closed. That's fine. And now I'm gonna try and remember everything in rapid succession here. So let's see how we get on. Okay, we got APU power, so we can take that off. I'll put on the bleed. Well, it should give us packs and warm up the passengers if it's cold outside. Absolutely, they'll want to be warm as well. Our INS is already aligned, so we are good to go to our flight plan, and it's 36 left. We're taking off. Now, hopefully next week, I've got a couple things. We're going to be working with Orbix pretty soon to debut Volanta. Actually, that's something I haven't loaded yet. So if you're on Volanta, you will find me there. And I think is everybody else on the team flying today on Volanta at the moment?
Yeah, I forgot to turn you on. Let's do this.
Oh. There we go. So I am live. Okay, that's it. So you should also see me on Volanta as well. Final checks, anything we need to think about? Probably not at the moment. I think we're ready for pushback. We're taking 7 tons of fuel today. So yeah, let's I don't know what the performance is going to be like, but hopefully it's not too bad. I did find
Aaron B in the chat said, "Good day, Willy Kanaka positive rate. All Flight Simmer speaks highly of you, so I thought would check out your stream. Hopefully you can start a plane faster than Shane. Lol."
Hello, Aaron. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you very much. That's a very, very nice thing to compliment to mention. Yeah, do like and subscribe as well. We'd love to have you part of the Positive Rate family. Hope you're able to fly with us. We're currently on the North Europe server as well, flying out of Madrid, so look for us there. Now we use simbrief because this is an airline plan, so generally we just say, you know, simbrief is the way to do it. But if anybody is particularly interested in the routing that I've been given, I can probably post that for you in the chat, and it looks a little something like this. There you go. So, just in case you don't have quick access to simbrief or something like that, if you generally follow that route, you should be okay. Aaron says subscribe, join Discord, and like, smash. Check. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated.
Awesome.
Hopefully we'll be getting a notification for that soon. Can we test a meme for me just to make sure the Cloudbot is awake and doing things? Anyway, while we're doing that, it's kind of a lesser priority right now. I think let's get off the ground first and we can look at technical issues right here. This is a completely fresh build on Windows 11, folks, so I do apologize if there's any kind of hiccups. But we'll do what we can. Okay, that is, so let's stick the chrono on and turn the crank, engine 1. There we go. Has anyone done a meme? No. Shall I do a meme? Aaron says, I will not start drop feet gifts until I get to know you more. No worries, Aaron. I know who you are now, Aaron. I remember you. Yes.
You know that guy?
I've come across him on Oz Flight Simmer's stream. Yeah. He's
okay.
he's got a foot obsession, or at least as far as it goes in the chat. if it's the Aaron I'm thinking of, yeah.
Well,
so,
here it's
Toe Jim is here. He says, yeah. Beluga says, I have course in the 737. What is the equivalent in the A320? I don't know if anyone wants to field that question for Beluga. I'm just making sure.
What do you mean by the equivalent?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand the question either, so. Okay, we got a good start on engine 1. Probably pick up the pace a little bit, Mr. Push Truck.
I have a course value in the 737. Is it the same as in the A320?
Course
I
value.
believe so.
You can set the course in the A320 in the FMC, but
Oh, is that
you
what you
don't
think
really-
he's mentioning?
Oh
Right,
yeah,
I
right.
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Now that I think of it, that's something I absolutely despise about Airbus.
Yeah.
Is that you cannot just fly VOR normally in an Airbus.
Yeah, well, you can in the 310.
That's correct.
In the 310 you can, yeah, that's great. So
Yeah.
310 is a superior plane officially because it can fly a freaking VOR. I mean, it's crazy to think it's so highly. There's so much technology put in that thing, yet if you need to get back to VOR, which is a thing, and if you go in the US, there is a minimum radio navigation requirement, like you need at any place to be able to land using VOR or ILS, because there could always be problems with GPSs and all. So I mean, you got the IRS that give you some kind before you actually need to do that at all. But I find it crazy to think that you would need to do it the old-fashioned way with hiding mode in an Airbus. That's
Exactly.
kind of ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah, like it's so handy to be able to use like the OR lock.
Yeah, board lock.
Yeah, but you can put it in for guidance. You just can't fly it.
Yeah,
Yes.
with the 310, like I'm here now.
No,
I'm
with
going
the-
E/L.
With the 320, you can as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
I mean, you can just display it, but you don't have
Yeah,
a
that's what
board
I
lock
mean.
mod.
You would display it and fly. You would fly it visually.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would use like hiding mode or track mode, but you don't have a board lock mode. That's my problem with Airbus.
That's if so if you're going to do it automatically, then no. But you can still program a bore into the McDo and set a course, and it will give you the tracks that you're gonna fly. You're just gonna have to do it.
That's fair.
That's too much workload for what it is.
I was wondering why
To be
my
fair,
plane was...
I hardly ever use it, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but you should be able to.
Right, here we go, hopefully.
What if you spill your coffee on your FMS?
That's a big what if.
Plane go boom? I don't know.
That's true.
it happened, didn't it? It did happen.
It is.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's why you got 3 of those.
recently as
But,
well.
I mean, it's a real thing. Like there are actually, you know the red button on a G1000. That I forgot how it's called. Got a red button that allows you to have all the information on the single screen of the G1000, for instance. That's in case you got one of the screen fading, either because the screen gets broken or whatnot, or if you spill coffee on it. And that's a real thing, because that's a real emergency situation if your whole instrumentation relies on that. That's also why you got standbys, but standbys generally are a bit limiting.
I presume...
That little button can save you. And I forgot Willy. I mean, I lost Willy, sorry.
I am
My
taxing,
He left
English,
behind.
taxing the
my English
36
hasn't
left.
woken up yet.
I'm taxing the 36 left.
Yeah, I see your name in the distance. It's just that it took some time to get started.
No worries. I am just, cruising along this... It's really noisy today. I don't recall the airplane sound like a hairdryer before, but never mind.
That could be me. I'm quite loud.
No, it's definitely coming from my airplane, but
Was it grand?
yeah. If I go to the external view, it's quite high pitched and
I think that was an issue with the 310 actually, because people were saying in two-tone server anyways that when there's a 310 around, it gets to like really high pitched sounds.
okay.
Yeah.
Right, while we're doing that, let's see.
Yeah. Now there was an update released to it recently, so you mightn't have that. I'm not sure.
Cabin signs on. Ooh, and my seatbelts on here. It's okay. I'm sure my capable cabin crew would have something there. Like...
The update's only on beta though, isn't it, Kevin?
Well, I'm not too sure. In fairness, I haven't looked at the number. I know
Yeah,
it's down though, so.
This is my only gripe about the whole ADD-ONs 310. That is through the marketplace. That any updates that they do, it has to be processed through there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It
right.
takes weeks. They're now talking January. They're saying January before we even get the first update. Unless you want to join the beta.
Right.
I mean, that's the big advantage for fly-by-wire is we're getting updates pretty much constantly.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know how often the stable's updated, but certainly the development version I'm flying is updated quite regularly.
It's daily, isn't it?
I mean, if you're not using the stable for the Airbus, it's fair to use the beta for the build.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But you're flying an unstable version, so using another one doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. This is such a long airport.
Yeah,
It's
takes
pretty
ages to
big.
get through.
I'm just trying to navigate Spaghetti Junction coming up here. It's currently on Mike 13 to Mike 14. I think that's where I'm aiming for. And then I'm going to cut across to 36 left from... I can't make... I mean, this chart's busy. Very busy. I'm definitely going the right direction. I know that. But how many terminals does Madrid have? It looks like they have about 3.
Something like that, yeah. Or is it 4?
Is it
I don't know
4?
if
Yeah, it
it's
wouldn't
4,
surprise
but
me.
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise
Yeah.
me. This terminal
They
4 is
always come
part.
down way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I see some familiar names on the list now. So 36 left. See, there's no indication on what.
Morning, Dark Furry.
Oh,
Morning, Doug.
is he on voice? Or is he on chat? Sorry,
No,
I'm not
he's
looking
in
at the
chat.
chat right now. I'm looking at.
Morning. I
I'm-
overslept.
I'm currently focused on the chart, so I know where I'm going. I think we hang a right coming up here, so that's fine. Yeah.
I'm following Nick.
I could just imagine, like, in real life, do pilots get lost?
I would imagine so. Like this airport's like San Francisco, and although it's like they're massive.
That's actually an interesting subject because sometimes if you're on ATC, they can ask you, are you familiar with the airport, because they like you to not get lost. And
Yeah.
worst case scenario, they can either give you a progressive, or they can, but that's kind of a big workload for the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not...
Or they can send you a follow me car.
Oh, okay.
You just
Yeah.
follow, and so you don't get lost.
It's
Don't
interesting.
think, like Italy have like Lamborghini follow me cars and that.
Yeah, that was some crazy follow me cars.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm nice.
Okay, I'm late to the party, so we can draw straws and who's gonna be next. But Beluga is already ready to go, Beluga. So I'm just gonna do some checks here. And Beluga, if you want to take off, go ahead. Nick, by rights, Nick and Kevin, I should be waiting for you guys to line up first, but I'll let you decide what you want to do.
So you can go ahead of me anyways.
I can go ahead of you. Okay, so maybe I'll let Nick go next then. Nick, if you want to line up.
Yeah, no worries.
Look at the cabin. We're about to go. Okay, I don't. How do you clear that cabin check thing? I just keep hitting buttons until they.
You have to like turn on your transponder, I think it is. And then your
Transponder's on.
strobes.
Yeah.
Strobes?
Oh, strobes maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. They're linked to some of the light switches anyways.
Yeah. Well, I can put on. Might as well just put on everything now.
Yeah.
Alright.
You sure you got some precipitation going on?
Yeah, it's still not cleared that check flag.
Give it a bing again.
Like, we're going!
It's this cabin, or it's not the strobe lights.
You see the announcement to switch is toggled by the lights.
Yeah, all my lights are on.
Nice. Give him another ding and see if it goes away.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. And okay, you know
Oh,
what?
hell no.
If they're running around not paying attention, that's fine. Should I line up after Nick, Kevin? Or
Do.
yeah, okay, I'm lining up then. Alright, good.
Good.
Now the bots, they don't even have profile picture anymore.
Oh, great.
I can't see the chat right now because I'm gonna hide charts and things like that, but I'll get the takeoff first and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, I'm airborne.
Very good.
Okay. final adjustments there, so I can actually see what's going on the MCP. Yeah, I think we're all good. Cabin crew is probably walking around, but they don't want to sit down, so that's fine. We're just going to go anyway. 50% power. We'll go. Speed's alive. So far, the performance is pretty good so far anyway, so. The one thing I was able to do, well, a couple of stutters here and there, but V1, rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Traffic warnings here. I've left it on TA only this time as well. Autopilot, and I think we'll just take it right up to 37,000. There's no restrictions on the departures apart from make sure you're above X, so I'll just take it straight up. It's not that I could see on the departure chart. And thrust climb. Thrust climb. Yeah. Yes, it is. As speed flaps up. And we're just flying the departure, which seems a bit long-winded, but anyway. Right. Checking back in the chat. Just some Aussies on. He says, well, what do we have here? Yes, we're actually streaming at a time that you're awake, mate. Says, forgot about flaps. Bluga says, forgot about flaps going 230 knots with flaps 5. Oops. Yeah, that's not always good. Sounds like Bluga says just some Aussie. Next he'll be flying through a canyon. Well, we're kind of used to that anyway. So, but yeah, we're just taking off to Madrid today, which is, I think it's about an hour and a half. It said on the brief. Kevin, what was your thoughts on that?
I guess about an hour 25.
Hour 25? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I haven't looked at.
Are you sure you're en route?
Yeah, I am en route, but there's a long departure here, so the airplane knows where it's going. Don't worry. Right, what we need is our arrival, and it is runway 9. And the interesting thing is we'll see if it puts in those preliminary waypoints. I think it does. Maybe not. Now, one thing was, while we're doing a housekeeping here, I couldn't see if the memes were working.
What's the exclamation point positive rate for takeoff, isn't it?
Someone, what, the meme?
Yeah, someone, yeah. Someone positive
exclamation summon takeoff, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Just to see that that's working, because, yeah, okay, that's working. Good.
Brilliant.
It might be the subs. Might be the subs aren't appearing for some reason. I'm not sure.
Yeah, just 1 second there now for you, Aussie gamer. Just some Aussie, sorry. I'll find an airport for you there.
Oh, flying time. Yeah. Sorry. What did you suggest, Kevin?
I was getting an hour and 25 minutes flying time. But just some Aussies looking for an airport that's about 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm
and
open to
fine from there.
suggestions. Open to suggestions. Whatever you think.
Yeah. Does Toledo have an airport? Let's see. No, they're all little aerodromes. Like, if you took off from Alicante, I'd say you could get there at the same time, but that's not ideal.
Spill?
Seville would probably have one, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make some right turns coming up Shark Kitty, just to give you a warning. In case you're, I take it you're behind me, right?
Well, check it.
Whoa, look at that. 2 special red liveries side by side as well.
Oh, there's another one.
Very cool.
Oh, you, okay. That's how you meant that there was another move.
No worries, mate. Just if you can make it, great.
Yeah.
All right. Now, that's the next thing I need to do is get set up so I can show charts on the stream. People can see what I'm actually looking at. Now, there is a waypoint that we need to hit called RIPRA. Which I don't think is in there because it's going to be a left turn. I don't think that's on the flight plan there. X-ray. I have no procedure for this landing apart from visual.
What you can do, Willie, is you can make a re-entering around Gibraltar VOR for 8.5 miles, looking at the chart, and then you can use that as a heading reference and track around.
Yeah, what VOR is that? Is that GBR?
Yeah, Gulf Bravo 1, yeah.
What'd you say, 8.?
8.5 is what's on the chart.
Okay, shows how
And
much
what you can do
I
as
look
well,
at these
you can put
charts.
a line out of it. You can put a line out of it for 180, because that seems to be the Bravo point.
Yeah, for 180. Yeah, reverse radial, yeah.
Yeah. And then
So
Victor
do that.
is 9 DME at heading of 1 degree. That takes on to the approach since.
Alright, well, let's see if we can build this while we're... anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so. Hoida. Right. Turn, fix info. Let's put in our radio first. So LXGB 09. And we want a radial of 180. Is it? It is actually a straight.
I put the radial out of the VOR, I'd say, because it seems to be that seems to be set up in the chart.
Too late, I've already done it.
Take it?
I've already done it, it's too late.
Okay, good.
Right, so what's the, so GBR, okay, let's do that. Right, now which one's this? Is that 116? Nope.
There's a link to some charts if someone wants them.
What year is there actually? I didn't check.
I don't think GBR is in there, actually.
Yeah, it should be the closest one. Oh, wait, no.
Not in this database. So what I'll do is, if we go back to the other fix, we'll just do the fix from...
Just use the airport, be easier.
Yeah, and what was the radius? Did you say 8.5?
8.5.
So is it just a fly around the ring to the airport, pretty much?
Well, I'd say aim for where the line and the ring intersect. Then carry on until 9 DME from the VOR.
Right.
And turn to heading of 1
You
degree.
can put 9 and won't take decimals in there.
Traffic.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
traffic.
Yeah, it's 9 and then...
It's RIPRA I'm missing, I think. So if we go to flight plan, and it's got CF, let's go to plan mode here. there's the radial. CF. What does CF do for me? Not entirely sure.
Get out. So what's the
See that's the approach there. So I don't know what CF's there for. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That's possibly where you turn around. So what it looks like anyways from your PFD is that you're being sent in a kind of a teardrop.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm probably going to have to do.
Okay. So basically we're all visual. I don't know.
We're doing the rocket approach inside there because...
another exciting stream where I have to think. Okay. That's fine. We'll figure something out. Don't know if there's much else to do then right now. Just check for discontinuities.
Yeah.
Which I don't think there is anymore. No. So, now, key thing is CF. What is... See, CF's not on my my chart.
I'd say it's printed by the Airbus. That's kind of a final fix, isn't that?
This is making reference to something...
Traffic.
Center fix. That's the center.
Center fix, that's it.
Oh, center fix, right. What does that mean?
Center of the runway.
Center of the runway, okay.
At this point, you'll be visual anyway, because this is why they scrapped all the charts and everything. It's all just done by vectors and ATC.
Can I just get rid of that center fix? So I've got... oh wait, this is from south?
I'd leave it in there, but don't use it.
Yeah. You can go to heading mode and work it that way.
Alright, but I still want RIPRA. Because that's the reference point I have on my chart. If I go Pinos, next week is I guess the problem is what you guys are describing and what I'm looking at on my charts don't agree with each other, so I'm a bit confused.
Right, which chart are you looking at? Because I'm looking at the approach charts. Or the arrival.
Runway 09. Well, because my flight plan said direct.
Yeah, true. But I don't think there's any stars actually inputted into it.
Yeah, there we go. That makes a bit more... Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Right. All right. Now the flight plan makes a lot more sense. Okay. All right. Yeah, just a bit disoriented.
Traffic.
There.
Okay, so RIPRA, I think for my... It doesn't give me a altitude but I'm gonna make it 2,000 anyway. Turn. Okay, so that at least PDT. Okay, no, but I do have some endpoint. Oh, these are departures. CF, you're going to be 1,500. 5. Okay. So 2,000 from 3,700 from the That's one. Dr. Handy Danny Calc. 2,110 nautical miles, right? Cool. So, RIPRA. X. far away there. 120 miles from descent. Right, cool. Right, happy now. I'm relatively relaxed. Get check back in the chat. Lots of things going on. Just Mozzie says Aaron B is here. Hide your feet. And Fozzie's in there. Hi, Fuzzy. How you doing? Dark Fury says, are you doing the ILS or the rock approach? I didn't see any ILS options, so it is the rock approach anyway of some sort. It's going to be visual. And Aaron B says, why do I get time outed every stream I chatted? Oh, I don't know. It wasn't down to me, mate. Right. I guess while we're coming up to cruise here, Nick, since we haven't had you on a while, what are your thoughts about flight simulator industry at the moment? Anything interesting that's caught your attention?
No, I was still looking at obviously the 40th anniversary update. I can't believe it's 40 years, but
I know.
I'm also, I mean, I've had to buy extra storage this week because I just think that this is as everyone predicted, this is the simulator to get, and I'm running rapidly out of space now for add-ons, etc., etc. So
yeah. I take it. Did you buy more SSD storage then? Or?
I did, because I've already got to M.2 drives. So
I only have a slot for one drive. That was my problem.
So, yeah, I've already got two, and I'm just like, right now, what do I do?
Yeah. So I did a full rebuild on Windows 11 because I felt like the time was right. But I'm pretty happy. I mean, I gotta admit, the first thing you do with Windows 11 is you spend about 10 minutes trying to make it look like Windows 10. But once I got that, once I got there, no, it's really good. The performance is great. What big changes did you make then?
I haven't got to Windows 11 yet, but I've just bought myself a 4 terabyte
4
SSD. Yeah,
it's a beast.
Luckily, Black Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking Black Friday. Let me have a look. It had been planned for a while because I've already used up 2 gig on my M.2, which is just flight sim.
Yeah.
Either I need to have a good clear out of my scenery, or
well, see, I've currently put the scenery on the. I've got a 1 terabyte hard drive platter. It seems to be okay there. I don't know if it's maybe costing me some critical frames at bad moments. So I might play around with that, maybe take it off and try some on the SSD, because I've got room for that now, but I don't. I tend to clean out things every so often, so I'm not always just packing everything possible I can do on a drive just in case I see it, if you know what I mean. But I've got room to spare now. I've got a 2 terabyte, so
yeah. I'm just thinking I'm going to keep the flight sim on the M.2, and then just all my scenery on this SSD.
Yeah.
Or scenery and add-ons, if you know what I mean. So.
Very cool.
Yeah, I've invested now, so let's hope the next 40 years is...
I think it was the 40th anniversary was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of people on storage.
Yes.
It's just that final push, and it was like, no, because it was 40 gigs.
Yeah, I have to do a massive clear it myself.
I know. Aaron B, he was saying he knows how long 300 seconds is. And Fuzzy says he's used to it, so... I don't know, how did Aaron B get timed out? Was that the auto feature, or was that one of us?
I was Lord.
No worries. Oh yeah, even Blue is asking now, just a Muzzy, you're joining at Alicante. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm also having some big changes coming because I ordered a new computer.
A new computer?
Yeah, so I should have better performance now.
Alright.
I mean, once it's arrives, and I do my whole installation,
yeah,
it's gonna be an adventure of its own.
Very cool. So what are you getting spec-wise?
I'll get, as CPU, I'll get the 5800 X3D, which is the best CPU you could get for simming at the moment.
Wow. Your CPU is probably worth more than my entire computer.
Yeah, well, that CPU, I highly recommend it because it gives much better result on simming because of the better power per thread, which is making a much bigger difference for simming than having a lot of threads in practice.
Yeah, makes sense.
And as a GPU, I'll get the 3070 Ti. It's gonna be enough for me because I only do 1080p.
Yeah, see, I would have, in your position, I probably would have gone with the 3060, but if you're only doing 1080p, what are you actually gaining with the 3070?
But I don't know, I haven't the PC yet.
But that's probably how I'm going to get, because I think for me it's actually the power rating on my power supply. So I've got 650 watts, I think. So I could go down the route of upgrading power supply, but the great thing about the 3060 is that it will sit quite comfortably on a power supply of 600 watts or better. And again, same thing, it's only 1080p for me, that's all I broadcast in as well.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even push 4K if I wanted to. Even if I had a machine that could do it, I wouldn't have it. The internet connection I don't think would be strong enough to push 4K, or I wouldn't really want to attempt it. So yeah, it's just kind of where I'm headed, I think, 3060. And to be fair, I mean, I'm still sitting on the 1660 Super, and I'm still getting a pretty good experience. Considering the things have moved on a bit, but it's just as they add more, as there's more scenery that comes into it, and more candy and more complicated airplanes, you wonder how long it's going to be before I really do need to start investing in improved performance. So, but I think it's because the motherboard has so many restrictions on it. I've still got my old M2 drive, so that could easily be some secondary storage if I end up upgrading the motherboard, etc. But it's like a can of worms, isn't it? It's you start looking at one thing, you think, well, if I'm going to get that, I might as well get that. And if I get that, I might as well get this. And the next thing you know, you bought a brand new machine.
Well, that's actually what's going on for me, is that I need to upgrade everything. So I just bought a whole new PC. And my current PC, I will give it to my little sisters who really need something better at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the best thing to do in my case. And there was also some storage issues I was having because my system was on a 256 gigs SSD, and then I had everything on HDDs, and that wasn't enough for me because I like to run a dual boot.
Yeah.
And also HDD are just way too slow for my daily usage.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be something that's gonna be much better. I have room for my dual boot, and then I have everything on SSDs, so it's gonna be much faster, both for simming and for work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't use my PC for work, so I've got a separate laptop for that, which does me fine. But I kind of understand. I do multitask though, so there's other things obviously for video production. There's other things that I consider in addition to the simming itself. So I kind of understand where you're coming from on that. Just checking with the chat. Jayhawk's popped in. Good morning. I've been sorting rudder pedals for the last hour. All right, what'd you get, Jayhawk? Let us know. Just Mozzie says he's having a chat with Beluga here. Loads of CTDs lately, says Beluga. Oh, right. I've been, touch wood, I've been okay. Actually, if anything, since I got Windows 11 put in and the complete reinstall from scratch. Now, this is an interesting one. I don't know if anybody else has a thought on this, but because I did the upgrade to Windows 11, I got the key. out of the registry, and then I put in the new SSD. Now this was a brand new, completely fresh Windows 11 install, nothing on the drive at all.
Yeah,
So
I think it's the fresh install that did the trick.
fresh install that, and then a fully fresh install from ground to tip of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it was literally the simulator went in, and then all the world updates came down, and then only then did I start bringing in the add-ons, my community folder, and everything like that. And every time so when I did the initial install, I booted it into a flight just to make sure it's running okay. Brought down all the content, booted that into the flight, cleaned the cache out, then I brought in the community folder and the scenery, and so far it seems to be running really, really nicely. And I think it's just one of those things, when you start installing things incrementally over the course of 6 to 8 months, surely some things I can be as efficient as
Tom
usual.
Murphy in the chat. Hello.
Oh, there he is. Hello, he says. Hi, Two-Tone Murphy, how you doing? Hey, Two-Tone, if you got time, join us on voice in the content creator's voice on our Discord server. You're more than welcome to pop in and say hello and tell us all about what's happening with your channel and everything like that, if you have time, mate. Dan Skelton's dropped in as well. He says, good morning. Good morning, sir. What have I done? What have I hit? I got a thrust lever out of whack or something like that.
You're climbing.
On your flight plan, what have you got after Plymouths?
Something changed. I don't know what it is.
You're climbing.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what
I was at
changed.
37,000, then I wasn't. Now I am again. Okay, it seems to sort itself. I don't know what happened there. Oh, it looked very glitchy. Can't explain that one. Okay. Well, no. That's what I get. I start getting engaged in conversation. The airplane starts doing interesting things. Two-Tone says, love to, but my voice is on the blink as well. Man flu. Oh, yeah, that's really going around right now, mate. No, what a shame, but no, I hope you're doing very well. Of course, if anybody doesn't know Two-Tone Murphy, absolutely fantastic streamer. Primarily on Twitch now, Two-Tone, aren't you? We were doing a bit of dual stream, but I was running into some technical difficulties with the dual stream, so I'm just running on YouTube right now, but we might consider like a dedicated Twitch stream at some point. I'm not sure yet. Fozzie just installed the 310 sound mod. Ooh, is there a 310 sound mod? That's interesting. Was it because I was coming to the top of the climb, maybe? Don't know. I thought I was already at cruise altitude for some reason.
Yeah,
so.
well, you're on cruise.
Yeah, I thought it was already
That's
at
what
cruise,
I'm
so.
saying. What happened is you were on cruise.
I don't know. I
started climbing.
suddenly looked and I was instead of at 37,000, I was at 36 and some change, and then it was coming back up. So, don't know. Unless maybe it was an air pocket. That's what it is. Air disturbance. Gremlins. There's something on the wing. That kind of stuff. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Lucas says I'm at top of descent. Okay. Well, you did leave before everybody else, so I'm not far away. I'm 30 miles by the looks of it. And we'll start dropping. I'll call out top of descent to you, Shark, so you know that I'm going down.
Thanks.
Lots of mountains around here, anyway. Quite terraneous. But anyway, yes, Two-Tone, sorry to hear you're sick. Hope you feel better soon. We've had everything ripped through our household in the last 3 weeks. We've had COVID, we've had man flu, we've had general colds. I don't know. It just seems like we're permanently sick right now, or at least one member of my family is sick. So there you go. Right now, we are going to come down to 2,000. Bertley. Just get that ready to go. See, there it goes again. I think it's weather changing. I think that's what's causing it. It looks like it was a barrow change. Enter destination data. It's not wiped out my flight plan or something, is it?
That's weather and all that.
Alright. Should we do a quick METAR check?
I have it over here. So temperature is 17 degrees, QNH is 1029, and wind is 060 at 13, and the runway is right.
Cool. Although I'm not going to remember all that, so I'm going to need it typed out anyway. Sorry, you say 1029, yeah? Okay, well, we can put that in the performance page for them while you're, since you so kindly pointed it out. 1029.
So wind is 060 at 13.
060
Okay, bit of a cross.
/1.
Yeah,
3.
it's a 1 knot crossing, so
Cool, and temperature was 17, right?
17, yeah.
Cool. Well, do thank you very much.
Anyways.
Full config, yeah, that's fine, so that's in there, and good to go. 1029. Just about to hit our top of descent there. And Dan says, greetings from the kingdom. Sorry, the kingdom. Minimums, I don't know. What is minimums?
920.
120.
Minimums are visual.
920.
So.
Alright. Yeah, I think you guys have been watching Gavin too long. Right, anything else we're forgetting about? Don't think so. Full fig and flap, no? Okay, just flight plan.
No.
Top of descent, and here we go. We are going down.
Traffic.
Quite a bit of a crosswind coming in right now. 41 knots. Nick, you're quite low. Are you getting close?
I only went up to flight 290.
Oh, you went. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you flying the Phoenix?
I am indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Trick Kitty's pacing us on the descent as well. Cool.
I've got about 40 miles to go.
100%.
Very neat. Very neat.
Whoa!
Yeah,
What?
I've just got that as well.
Yeah.
What was that?
Weather change.
Yeah.
Huge gap. And I lost Willy because of it.
Below you.
It confused my plane.
Careful.
I can't look up.
Don't go up.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I was watching information. Just suddenly you start dancing around.
Yeah, because I don't see you.
So, Willie, on your flight plan,
But
Yeah.
where's Willy?
your McDo, what have you got after PIMOS?
Oh, there you are.
McDo. Sorry, what have I got at Pimos?
Yeah. What have you got after PIMOS?
Ripro.
Ripro.
Brick.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, which is the kind of entry point for that visual.
Yeah.
That visual left-hander.
2000.
So that's why
Yeah.
I calibrated my descent for. I'm just saying 2000 at Ripro, I presume. Oh. I must have kicked
Back.
my rudder for a second there.
So exciting news! I think I have.
Exciting
seen-
news.
Sorry. Yeah, exciting news.
Yes, Kanye West
Going-
is running for president of the United States.
That's not the one.
Well, I thought that was funny news, but maybe not exciting. Okay, sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
So Cohen Sim, I don't know
Yeah.
if you're familiar with this developer.
Who is it again?
Cohen Sim,
How do you spell it?
Cowan.
Cohen, right? Okay.
Yeah, so
I
he's a
think so.
helicopter developer on X-Plane. He's
Ah,
very renowned
Okay.
for his high-quality helicopters.
right. Give us an
He
example
said,
Give us an example of when he does an X-plane now.
Oh, he got the 500E, Bell 222, Bell 206, and H125.
Okay, very cool.
And he said he will bring all his helicopters to MSFS
All of
pretty
them?
soon.
All of them.
All of them, starting with the 500E and the Bell 206B3.
Wow.
So we don't know when, he just said soon. We don't have details, we don't know if the transition to MSFS is gonna be smooth. He will
right,
of course
okay.
continue to work on Explain, so
yeah.
he now have both. I think it's kinda gonna, it might be relief for him because the beta of Explain 12 is kinda tough on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a bit of issues with updates, bringing things for him, and some frustration about needy users.
Needy users. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but I think it's gonna. I mean, if
that's
if he
that's
had
why
issues
developers have
with-
community managers. That's all I can say.
Yeah, if he had issues with users on Explain, is in for a treat on MSFS because it's so much worse.
Yeah, quite right.
Um,
Dan Skelton says, "Will he Canuck for president?"
There's one thing I'd recommend keeping in mind with his helicopter. No problem at all. It's just on the Bell 206 and the Bell 222, he has two different variants on his lineup, and they are different products. So I'd recommend looking them up, seeing which one you want, or if you want both, and then either you just wait for the variant you want and buy just this one, or you wait for both to come out and buy them as a pack. So for the 206 you got the B3 and the L3, the L3 being bigger and with a stronger engine. And for the 222 you got the UT with skids and extra fuel tanks. And the Bravo with wheels.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm just suddenly having concern about minimum safe altitude here.
You'll be fine, I'd say.
So I'm gonna meet that 4,000, and I think I'm gonna put a hold in at Ripra.
Belugas is very turbulent. Oh.
So if needs
That's
be,
a bit of mountains up there.
we'll do a circle at Ripra and then come in that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit a mountain. I'm my perfect descent.
You'll be fine, it's VMC today.
Yeah, I know, but it's whether I'm talking away and I suddenly look and I see hill, mountain. Might be alright, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, you see them, so it's fine.
Well,
Again, did you
coming
turn
in from
on
the sea.
the
Might be-
terrain radar?
Yeah, good point, actually.
Yeah, that
That's
that
an
should
so
help
is
you
it
with
an up on the-
awareness, so
yeah,
you
but
know,
it's
you know
inoperative
when
on
you're
the-
descending
It's
into
inoperative.
It's inoperative. At least on this version is. I think it works on the Fenix.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't work on this one? Okay.
It's
They
not working on the
did.
310 either.
They updated yesterday, they said. Development
Did they?
version. Yeah.
What? So
For-
I,
for
oh,
Cloud Radar,
yeah, I
this-
did. Oh, that's. I've just missed that timing then, unfortunately. That's all. So anyway, yes, we'll have terrain radar next time. J-Hog's back. Oh, cool. Belugas is very turbulent. It's been actually pretty quiet for me at the moment. Just QNH again, 1020.
Yep.
Probably been flying with my lights on as well, yeah. See, all these things I've just not done. Hopefully I get enough fuel. Hey ho. It's Saturday morning and it's a new build. What are you gonna do? The Dark Fury says, shall we call the Coast Guard and the RFFS? Is that the Royal Firefighting Service or the Royal Feasting Society? There you go. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Thank you, Kevin. You always come in at a critical moment and help me out. I'm still looking very mountainy, threatening something.
But it's okay, you see the mountain.
I can see it, yeah. I'm
So
conscious
you're
that I'm
fine.
getting lower.
You're fine, if there's a mountain, you dodge it. Because you see it.
There's a lot of faith coming in here. This is why we have standard approach procedures, because it tells you how to fly it so you don't crash into things. But Gibraltar, like,
Yes,
yeah.
you don't crash when there is no visibility.
Yeah, Gibraltar's
But-
like, yeah, just come in.
It's also to manage traffic. Oh, All's Flight Simmer, hello!
Oh, there. Hi, Shane. He says, "Sup, Willie Canuck and Positive Raid. How you doing, mate? Good to see. We've got corresponding time zones that you can actually join in. How you doing, mate? All really good to see you. Of course, if anybody doesn't know Oz Flight Simmer, I'm sure you do. Go check him out. He is absolutely fantastic. Also on YouTube. We had Tito Murphy in earlier, actually. Don't know if he's still kicking about. So yes, it's all the content creators are dropping in today. And Fozzie, I think you've got a channel as well, don't you? I think I've caught you a couple times on was it Twitch or YouTube or something like that. Right, I think I might just get over this mountain, so I'm getting a little bit less paranoid now. But
Or you can turn right and be safer if you're a bit spooked.
no, I'm kind of. But I'm gonna hit it. No, I'm not gonna hit it. That's fine. Are you still behind me? Oh yeah.
No, still behind you.
Mind you, you're in formation, so
Because
if
I see the mountain.
I was gonna say you're in formation, so actually, I think I can take that down to 2,000 then.
The only thing I'd say is if you fly into a mountain, I'm not following you there.
You can take the hold out. All right, let's see how we get on. Cool. Right. Anything we need to think about before I come down? Okay, no, still. All these things I haven't turned off. Okay, and I'm gonna have to turn them back on again shortly anyway. So never mind.
Landing lights. No smoking. And seatbelt sign.
Yeah, 10,000. Yeah, everyone get your light. Put that back on.
Your plane's slowing down nicely, so that's good.
It is indeed. Tis a clever airplane. It is. Tis a clever.
Yes, it is a clever airplane, so Willy doesn't waffle.
That's right. Don't have time to waffle because the airplane's going to do what it's going to do.
And one day we make you have a ride in the MD-82. That's gonna be a positive rate for Pole Edition.
I think I'm gonna go manual on the speed here.
I think you'd go crazy with that plane.
Which one?
The MD-82.
The which one?
The MD-82.
Oh, the 82.
Yeah.
I just want a 757. That's all I want. I want a decent 757. And I don't think we're gonna get one anytime soon, unfortunately, despite the announcements. But hey ho, we'll see what happens.
I wonder, is it the one on X-Plane? I'm not sure.
757.
Maybe, I don't know.
Is it any? I don't know. Is it any good?
But I don't know if there is one.
You don't know if there is one, though, right?
Yeah, but it rings the bell, so maybe.
Fair enough.
But I guess if it's the case, it would be for flight factor. I don't like flight factor. It's
Beluga
just their
says
pricing policy is.
Well, Beluga says the flight factor 757 is really good.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I
what I
explain
was
11.
thinking
Yeah. Now, I presume all the add-ons for X-Plane 11 do not work on X-Plane 12. Is that right?
Not exactly. So some 11 plane can be loaded in 12 and work well, but most likely they'll be broken because of the big differences between 11 and 12. That are bigger than I expected, actually. But a lot of developers are already, some developers are already making ports for X-Plane 12, and then the policy depends on the company. Some are gonna release it as a free update, some are gonna charge you a small fee for the upgrade, and some are straight up gonna make it a whole new product. It depends.
Yeah. Which I kind of understand. There are contingent of people that think upgrades should be free, but then my first question is, well, if it's not free for the developer, in other words, they have to do some development to make it compatible, then why would it be free for an upgrade?
It depends, I guess, because when I see planes that have been there for a long time, and you tell me you gotta pay like $10-15 to get the upgrade, I'm like, okay, it's fair. Like for example, you take Tolis. If you got the A319 or the A321, you have a small fee for the upgrade. These have been out there for a long time. They were already there for X-Plane 10.
Yeah.
So that's a crazy old add-on. But the A340, which is much more recent, gets free upgrade. So that's fair.
Okay.
The Neo add-on for the A319 and A321 gets free upgrades as well.
Right. As Flight Simulator says, it'll be at least 6 months before we see a 7.5 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, I think you're right. But that one that was announced, they've already kind of been forward in saying that they're not making it study level. They're trying to make it accessible, which really, that statement really worries me a bit. Because I don't think we need an accessible airplane. But it comes down to what the developer feels comfortable that they can achieve, I suppose. That's the key thing. But yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment because I had the level D767 for Flight Simulator.
This
10.
is it, really, isn't it?
What's that?
This is it, though, isn't it? Because you want a 757, so they're going to do one that's accessible.
Yeah.
But if you want to study level, you're going to have to wait 2-3 years. Look how long it took to develop Phoenix. So it's needs and wants, isn't it?
It is. It is, and it isn't. I guess it depends.
You can have one now.
Yeah. No, I get that, but I would probably just stick to something. I mean, to be fair, at this point in time, if somebody wants a high fidelity Boeing, just get the 737-800 from PMDG. Everything else is interesting, but ultimately not relevant or important to me, if if that makes any sense. And I will get the PMDG 737-800 at some point. Because I do like
2,500.
I do like PMDG's work. But the nice thing about the 7.5 and 7.6 series was it was just slightly more updated, a bit more modern in terms of how you manage the hydraulics and things like that. Switches a bit more modern, etc. And of course, you have the range. That's the thing. Although you can get some interesting range out of the 737-800, but it just something if I want to do a mid-haul 7-hour flight, I can do that. I don't feel like we really have an airplane, a high fidelity airplane that can give us that mid-haul to long-haul experience right yet, with all the bells and whistles to a study level. I don't think that exists in Microsoft Flight Simulator, unless I'm forgetting of something. A 310, yeah. Debatable. I mean,
fair.
That's the closest, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's
like it's not perfect by any means, but we're like if you're looking for study level,
it's
at the same time, it's got a lot of functional systems.
It's a good start, I think you could probably say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's on the way. Like they could do more to it, obviously, but what they've got this far is excellent.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I am getting closer. I'm seeing water, lots of water, and something that resembles an island.
Fast, to be honest.
I'm a bit fast.
Yeah, you're gonna need to land soon. So
hey, on this stream we land at 300 knots. What are you talking about? Oh no, that's a different airplane type.
Yeah, the wrong plane. It's just a recommendation.
Gibraltar Insight says Beluga. Honest Flight Simulator says they are making 2 versions of it. I think you'll find it very close to study. Okay, all right. Well, that gives me a bit of hope. Remind me of the studio that's developing that as well, Shane. I'm trying to think of who it was. Okay, I can see something that's a rock there. Now let's take this down to about 210 knots. 210. Bluebird, that's who it was, Bluebird. 300 knots tail. Hi Bubba, how are you doing? Bubba's dropped in. A380 out for Christmas, says Dark. No, I don't think so. Maybe A380 out for Christmas 2023. But yeah, I think that'll be a good one. The only problem with the A380 is, as much as I'm looking forward to it, there's only certain places you can fly it because it's just so darn big.
That's the problem I got with the A340. That's why I did upgrade for the. I did upgrade my A321 for its plane. Because I can fly the A340 wherever I want. Even though I like it more.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how I get on with this this approach. It could be interesting.
Beluga landed, congratulations.
Beluga's landed, alright. We all seem to be landing in good time here anyway. Pick me a nice taxi spot to park, Beluga. Save a good place for me. Bubba says A380 will be fine for anywhere you can put a 747.
Well, yeah.
Yes. Although, when the 380 first started flying, the 747 was already a well-established airplane at that point, and there's quite a few airports that could not handle the A380, but they could handle the 747. And I think it was just something critical to do with the wingspan. I think that was the biggest problem. Obviously, years on, I think a lot of airports have made changes, but I think what you tend to have, and I certainly know this is true of Toronto anyway, there's only certain gates that will take on the 380 for 2 reasons. The first is the gate's got to be wide enough and spacious enough and able to reach all the various doors. And the second thing is that it needs to be in a place in the airport that the A380 can get to without smashing into anything. So, right, we're getting closer. So we'll drop this to down to 180, I think. Okay. And then we'll see what I can do on a Saturday morning, which might not be pretty, but we'll try. Okay, quick checks here. Auto brake is armed. We have spoilers are armed as well. Visual approach. QNH is set. Take this down to.
Well, the question is, can I pull off the formation landing this time?
Coming into our final bit here. We'll take the second stage of flaps just to give us a bit more drag.
Gear down.
The rock is in sight. I thought I'd put a radius in for the runway.
You're probably inside it. Oh, with the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have punched something really weird in.
Maybe.
Oh, there's Christian, he says.
1,000.
That's an interesting comment. I'm just wondering if I'm looking at the right place, I think. Alright. Leave the flight plan, not what you punched in. I think that's the key. Alright, here we go. Do a quick fly over Spain first.
Well, follow Nick. He probably knows where he's going.
Yeah, I can.
Probably drop the gear as soon as we start our turn here. Richard says the thing is taxiway stress through weight. The A380 can weigh up to 100 tons more than the 747. There you go. And it has the super after the call sign for a reason. Okay, yeah, so there might be just parts. And of course, people don't realize some airports have bridges that airplanes go over.
Yeah, Leipzig have those.
Yeah. Okay, dropping our gear. And go to managed. And we'll drop flaps. Full flaps, here we go. Praying to God. Praying to God. Went off. And we are now visual.
What's your VREF?
Now you're asking me.
1,000.
Oh, that would have been a good thing to check before landing, really.
It's I think it's about 136.
Mine's 138, so that would sound right, yeah.
Minimum.
Flaps are fully extended. Auto throttle is armed. We got medium brakes on there. We're a bit below profile according to the VASI, so we'll pull it up a bit. Feet on the pedals.
500.
If you can get off as soon as you can, because I am a bit close and I'm not going around.
Oh,
I'm holding the formation.
400.
It's a cargo ship in the way. I can't land.
There was a Delta flight, I think, I saw a while ago on YouTube, had to go around because of a tall ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would find that a bit infuriating, actually.
Yeah, I think the pilots are well pissed off.
There we go, back on profile. And we'll just aim for that threshold.
500.
Well, the winds are behaving themselves so far.
400. 300. 200. 100.
I'm right behind you.
Don't smash into me.
50. 30.
Oh, there's cars on the runway.
20. Retard.
Yeah, that's a
10.
road with across it.
5.
Whoa. Oh, it'll be completely to the short final.
Get off the road, cars! Something goofy going on there. I think I didn't trigger the reverse thrust quite the way I wanted to there. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, vacating runway 9 now. Kevin, you're right behind me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Vacated. Can't say the same about the cars, though.
Yeah, they could be squished.
Keep looking my way.
Yeah, that's because usually airlines don't bunch up and behind each other all the time. There we go. Let's find a good parking spot here. Bozzy says butter. It looked alright. It was probably, if anything, a bit further down the runway than I intended to be, but there you go. Still had time to land. Just glad I set the medium auto brakes there. I think that probably helped me out a bit.
That might not max.
You can set max, can you, in the A310?
Yep.
Ah. I wonder why they changed their mind then when they did the A320.
I don't know.
You can't use max in the 320?
No.
Oh, so is that only for RTOs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think you're not supposed to use max on your 310.
Probably not, but it's a short runway, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like my. One second there, actually, I'll land this plane and then talk to you.
No, I want full commentary if you're coming down.
Just pay attention to the reman here. Oh, APU's off. I'll put that on. Okay. Unless we get ground power. Oh, we got ground power. That's fine. But we don't want to do that when the engines are running. Anyway, that's me down the moment.
Right, I don't think I needed max on the brakes at the end. Stopped already.
Just Shark Kitty parked very close behind me here. Oh, APU, come on, APU. Bubba says, nice approach and landing, Willie Canuck and Plaza. Thank you very much, Bubba. I do appreciate that. Alright, that should be available shortly. Anytime. Passengers be wondering what the heck's going on. Engine's off. Here we go. You may all disembark and get out of my face. I'll even bring some steps for you so they don't have to jump out the airplane. I'm such a nice captain.
Yeah, there's no tip right here. That's good.
Anyway, we'll just have to see what Valenta says about my approach here then.
Mine was actually alright. It was like 300 something foot per minute, but at 1.5 G. So.
The doors verified.
Review your flight. Landing was minus 173 feet per minute. That's all right.
Very good.
It's completely acceptable.
And I had
Who's still running engines?
Me.
Shut them down.
I have to get to the sun first.
Okay. Oh no, is that just you?
It's just me, yeah.
Check, can you still get engines going?
Wait, what?
Are your engines still running?
No.
Nick, can you shut down?
Yeah, I've got that.
This
Deboarded.
is really loud.
And
Yeah.
Let's do 76.
well, the respecting the language here. Yeah.
Definitely not me.
It must be me, so.
Yeah, it must
So
be.
we're playing, so that must make sense. Like, whatever.
Oh, that hurts my ears. I'll say, of course, I could just turn the volume down, I suppose. Oh, there we go. I hear shut down now.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Brilliant.
Right, back to it then. Big thank you to everybody in the chat today. Really good to see everyone. Where's my Streamlabs there? Anyway, Jayhawk says, gotta go, guys. Catch you later. Had a great day. Goodbye. Jayhawk, all the best to you. Great. Thank you for dropping by.
Catch you soon.
Christian says, yeah, he's going to try and fit the A380 into Lukla. Good luck with that. You might fit the A380 on Lukla. In terms of landing it, I'm not sure. That's a different thing. And a big thank you to, obviously, to Tom Murphy. And we had Shane, we had Just Some Aussie dropped in. Do check them out on YouTube. Always great to hear from them. I think also Fuzzy was there as well. Fuzzy, I think, is a streamer. Anyway, so I've got a bit of homework to do this weekend, get some more things in the schedule, but we do have something planned for next week. Nick, I was wondering if you could remind us what we're going to be doing on Thursday.
I think we are in props this Thursday.
France.
Props. Back to props.
Back to France, okay. Is it jets or is it...
Props. Definitely.
Props. Well, props in France. There you go. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So do check that out. There will be we'll put an announcement obviously in Discord, but there will be something on YouTube very shortly before the weekend is out, and we'll get a few more shows in the schedule as well. Meant to have that all done for you, Nick, but of course I had to rebuild the computer, so I'm a bit sidetracked. So, but I'll
That's
try.
all right. I can wait a couple of hours.
A couple hours, yeah, exactly. So yeah, apart from that, huge thanks, Nick. Great to have you along. I know that you really struggle as the Dark Fury did to make some of the Thursday streams, but it's great to have you along today and flying with us.
No problem, thank you.
Shark Kitty,
You want to fly?
yeah, we're absolutely. Shark Kitty, always great to have you in formation as well. Thank you for coming along today.
Always a pleasure.
And Kevin, we finally got you back.
Exactly.
It's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah. You've got me back for almost for good now, anyways, because I'm finished.
Excellent.
The rest of them are
Always great to have you. Lovely flight plan, good challenge,
Cheers.
and good fun actually, because I was able to stick the landing, so I didn't horribly embarrass myself. Apart from leaving things on when they should be off and putting things off when they should be on, and all that kind of regular things that happen. But yeah, no, thanks for coming along today, mate. It's been really great.
Anyways, thank you.
And a big shout out to everybody over in the cyber world there. Aaron says, thanks for the stream, Willie. It's nice to watch a stream that knows what they are doing. That's a very bold statement, mate. I have a good idea. But I'm surrounded by very knowledgeable individuals who guide me through it and point out my mistakes, which is always a point of great amusement and learning as well. And that's one of our staples on Positive Read, is being able to learn, open to learning, and respecting people who know a bit more than you do, and being prepared to listen to them. Well, that's a good thing. But yeah, Aaron, great to have you along today, mate. Always look forward to seeing you next time. He says, have you watched Oz Flight Simulator streams? God help us all. Shane and I we're kind of on the same wavelength on a great many things. So go easy on him. That's all I would say. Go easy on him. He knows a lot more than he lets on. He does. I think it's just a matter of how much he wants to commit to actually demonstrate. But there you go. Anyway, big thank you from me. Have a great day, Nick. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday today.
Thank you very much, and you.
Thank you very much, sir, and have a fantastic weekend, Sharkity.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
And have a great weekend, Kip.
Thanks, Andy.
And that's it for me. We'll see you on Thursday right here on Positive Rate. Thank you for watching. All the best.